It turns out that trip around St. Peter's Square in the Pope Mobile and his blessing to those who gathered for Easter services yesterday would be Francis's farewell.
And a day later, it was announced that he had died. Now in Rome, where it is just past 11 p.m., some people still gathering in St. Peter's Square to remember the 88-year-old pontiff and paying their respects.
ABC's Ines de La Cuetara is live there with more on what has been really a whirlwind 24 hours at the Vatican. Ines.
Hey, good evening, Bill and Sade. We've been seeing people throughout the day, throughout the evening, coming here to St. Peter's Square to pay their respects. There's a lot of sorrow here, and there was a lot of surprise earlier in the day. I think people are now starting to wrap their heads around this, but no one saw this coming. We saw the Pope just yesterday on Easter Sunday. He, was in his Pope Mobile greeting crowds, and I think many took that to be a sign that he was potentially on the mend. He certainly didn't look very good, but it was taken as a sign that he was doing better. And then we got that very sad news this morning that he had passed at 7:35 a.m. We are starting to get more details about what's next. So we did get his last will and testament earlier in the evening. I think the big headline there was that the Pope wants to be buried at St. Mary's Major. That is unusual. Just 7 popes have been buried there. Most of them are buried at St. Peter's Basilica behind me. And we also learned that he wants to be buried in the ground with no grave decorations. And I think that's reflective of who Francis was and what he thought the church's role should be. This was a pope who believed that the church should serve the poor, that it shouldn't be, that men of the church shouldn't be men that lived in kind of gilded palaces, that they should be with the people. And I think that's what we're going to be seeing play out in the coming days throughout this funeral process.
Definition. That's the definition he will leave behind, no question. Really quickly, Inez, what's the scene like back there? Are there more people now or fewer people, and what's going to happen overnight?
I think slightly fewer people than we've seen throughout the day because it's getting late here. It's, I think 10 p.m. So it's a little later, but we are expecting hundreds of thousands to come, especially for the public viewing of the Pope. He will be lying in state at St. Peter's Basilica. That's expected to go for 3 to 5 days, and we are expecting hundreds of thousands to attend that.
Of course. Okay.